sacred space, so to speak. So as ever, we always begin with a little bit of a understanding of the current events. And we've been doing this for about 2.5 years now online, and it's enabled a lot of individuals through meditation, through just understanding that everything changes, etc., to ride the wave, of the pandemic and then come out the other side and not have symptoms of post-traumatic symptoms, because everyone was stressed for 2 years, one way or another. So it's inevitable that you're going to have this. And in order to keep abreast of the situation, as your meditation matures in practice and less of that mental noise consumes you, one becomes a little bit more aligned, sensitive, whatever words you want to use, and is able to read or preempt is a better word, preempt consequences and say, things are moving in this direction, these are the likely consequences. So for example, there is a relationship between the mind and the body. We know that now, even though the science is trying to work out why there shouldn't be one, but it is. That the mind affects the body affects the mind. The same is true with us human beings. We affect the earth and the earth affects us. If it not at nothing level, or outside the pollution level, it's the electromagnetic level. So the earth has a magnetic field, we have a magnetic field. When we get stressed, this magnetic field gets stressed and the earth responds to it. And how does it respond to it? It responds to it through volatility. So we're already seeing that the whole world is at the moment volatile. They're all squeezed, whether you see it or not, but you can all feel it. You can all feel something doesn't seem quite in line. And this something that doesn't seem quite in line is the deconstruction of what was and what is emerging, and it will only emerge if we put effort into it and focus into it. A different way of being, a different way of living that doesn't exploit humanity, doesn't exploit the planet, and is able to have a sustainable future, but a simpler way of life, So where am I going with this? Where I'm going with this is that now, as we approach spring comes summer, we have a new shift in energy, which goes in peaks and then in troughs, And at the moment, the symptoms that you're likely to experience are fatigue, depletion, what was it? Irritability, anger, fear, headache. Yeah. So this doesn't mean that you're necessarily ill. It simply means that we are responding to things that are changing. And these things will keep going on, they'll keep changing, and it's likely to continue as the geopolitical system and the financial system becomes unglued, which it's happening right now. We've also told 2 years ago that it would be useful and prudent for individuals to look at food security in whatever way, get your garden going, whatever way, communal groups, allotment, whatever way, because you could anticipate that the impact of this lockdown would have on the SMEs, which is the driving force of any economy, and how that would have a ripple effect in terms of just people, work, productivity, and sooner or later, supply chains are going to be affected, ports are going to be affected, add in the little currency issues, and then we have real situations, and they are emerging now. Anticipation. So we anticipate the next few months are going to become a little bit more severe in this run up to a winter, which could be hard, provided we don't, as a individuals, groups, communities don't create an effort or make an effort, there's no reason that anyone should go hungry. There's no reason, absolutely no reason. You plant a seed and it grows and it provides you with food. It's just the basics of nature. And we all have the capacity to do that. And also to work in a communal way. We all have the capacity to do that. So, despite all these changes going on, it would be prudent to look at communal groups, people with similar kind of worldviews, looking at how you support each other in these times when oil prices are shooting up to the point. There was a year ago, if you went out and bought oil, can or whatever it was, about £18, £55. Now, how long do you sustain that? How long does your fast food work with that? So the ripple effects of these are significant. But having said that, those with a little bit of foresight can avert the worst of disasters. And I don't think it's a disaster as such, but I think the ill prepared will certainly recognize, as they are now, recognize that it is better to have your own food security and, if possible, energy security, although that's so restricted. But this is where we, as a group of, as humanity, will need to go to come out of the crisis we're going through. We can't now just brush it under the table. We can't do it anymore. We could do it with a pandemic. Even that I thought was, a bit too much. Just to, it's okay. All these people have died. It doesn't matter as long as you guys were fined for £100 or £1,000 for having a party. Well, real individuals couldn't grieve with their families. What's wrong? Does the population like being humiliated? And unless we wake up to our sovereignty, to actually waking up to saying, you know what? No, this is not on. Today I saw a mayor in one of the southern counties with his ribbons opening a food bank. I mean, don't you feel ashamed that you are the representative of countries and you open a food bank in Britain, of all places? So these are real issues that are actually cropping up. And at the moment, the middle class is safe to a degree. But these are real problems that are cropping up. And and it's not that the country is poor, the country is a very rich country, probably one of the richest in the world, the amount of wealth it has. And yet we have people who are way below poverty. And I think this humanity, this common humanity, that they matter, that everyone matters, has to become now the source of our motivation of saying, yes, if everyone is well, I am well, because I'm part of that. Not the savior complex here to save the world or any of that rubbish. It's about common humanity, how we become unified through commonality. And in that, everyone has enough. Everyone has enough. So we are now moving into this very volatile space. We don't expect things, expect the unexpected would be the right word to say. And as the changes come about, the critical thing's going to be how centered you are, because the storm's going to keep going, and it's going to go quite ferocious and die and again, but it shouldn't affect you, provided you have a practice. Why? Because the mind will go all over the place, concerned, fearful, anxious, what's happening, how will I be, all of that stuff. But to maintain clarity is to ensure that you have a practice. Once a day, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but surely every day, every day. And this will give you it's like having that maypole, it's having that post, that central point. And you may be anywhere, imagine you being tied to a central post And you can be flown all over the world, you can be taken anywhere, but you always go to the central post. You can always come back to that point. That's what meditation becomes. It becomes this central post for us. So I would suggest that now is the time, if you haven't got a practice, to get a practice in place. And the simplest practice is a body scan and then going on to your breath. And if you have any spiritual tradition that you are part of and it has any sacred sounds and words, then synchronizing that with the breath is the next phase. It's the next phase. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is that everything in existence works on vibrations, on frequencies. And we can add frequencies together and make things resonate, or we can add frequencies together and make things dampen. Um, these sacred words are frequencies. They're like your sound prescriptions. They're prescriptions which are made to harmonize the body itself. So during this volatility, breath meditation, body scan, absolutely critical. And the next is to add that some sacred sound. And if you don't have one, go on YouTube and just type in mantras, and there's 101. Listen to something that resonates with you, use that. And you will find the benefits of it. Just as the breath is, so is the sound. Do not consider it as, look, the breath isn't Christian or Sikh or Muslim or an atheist. The breath is the breath. So is sound. So is sound. It's just that we give it a label and saying this sound belongs to the Punjabis, this sound belongs to the Urdu speakers. Sound is sound. No, sound is sound. So if we see sound for what it is, which is a frequency changer and a prescription, good sounds, there are sounds which are healthy for you, and there are sounds which are very unhealthy for you, depending on the frequency that they're on. So maybe we'll explore that in our further conversations, mantra and use of mantra. But today is about the volatility, the central post, and the breath is your anchor. No matter what's happening, if you learn to go to your breath after your body scan, go back to your breath, you will find that irrespective of where you are, when it is, you can always return to your breath. Okay? All right. So let's begin. We'll do a quick meditation and take it from there. So today I want to focus a little bit on the breath. So let's begin first by adjusting our posture, pulling our shoulders back, pulling our spine upwards, right? So I want you to feel that it's erect and upright, but it's not rigid. And adjust your posture so you're comfortable. Okay? Your eyes are closed and your mouth is closed. You take a moment to set your intention, and your intention is to notice what's happening with you right at this moment. So as you breathe in, you bring your focus towards yourself and notice your body as a whole. And begin to notice what's going on within yourself. So if there's mental noise, notice what it is. If you can, notice how you feel. And if you were to scan your body from the top, so imagine a hula hoop going downwards. And as you scan your body for sensations. Or scan your body for anything that's painful. So notice if there's any pain, any distress, physical distress within the body. Moving all the way down. And if you come across any sensation that's dominant, Notice its location. No commentary, no judgment. Next breath in. Once again, bring your focus to yourself and notice the seat beneath you. And allow yourself to relax a little bit so you're held in place. And as you soften your entire body, still back is upright and straight. Begin to notice you are held in place. You're not going to go anywhere. The ground beneath you holds you. Notice the sensations where your body makes contact with whatever you're sitting on. And from those sensations, if you move your focus upwards, so you become aware of your hips, notice the sides, back, pelvis, and then bring your focus down your thighs. And again, remember you're looking for sensations. Coming to your knees. From your knees, you move down, gently going past the calves, the shin, as your focus reaches your ankles. From your ankles, you bring your focus to your feet. Make sure you can hold your focus there. And then notice the soles of your feet if you can. Bringing your awareness back to the seat you're on. Now notice that your back is straight and upright. And we're going to scan it. So we begin lower back. As we breathe in, we move this focus up towards our middle back. Gently moving up towards our shoulder blades, shoulders. And then bring your focus towards the neck. And if you just pull your chin in slightly, you'll notice the neck stretching. And this aligns the head, the neck, and the spine. Next breath out, bring your focus from your shoulders down to your elbows, scanning your biceps, your triceps, moving down towards your elbows. From your elbows, move your focus down towards your wrists. Notice the palms of your hands. Notice the fingers on your hands. Next breath in, bringing your focus towards your eyes. And just scan around your eyes. Notice what sensations are around the eyes themselves. Behind the eyes. Notice that you have awareness of darkness. That despite your eyes being closed, you can still see darkness. The seer, the observer, the witnesser, this is you. This is your awareness. As you breathe out, allow this part of the body to soften, bringing your focus now towards your mouth. Notice the lips. Notice the sensations around your lips. Moving your focus now within your mouth. Notice your tongue. Allow it to soften. If you scan your tongue from the back all the way to the tip, allowing the sides of your tongue to soften. And as your tongue softens, so does the face. Next breath out, allow your face to soften and relax. Moving your focus now just beneath your nose. And as your breath comes in and out, bring your focus to your body as a whole again. Notice your posture. Notice if the body feels still. And any dominant sensation. Next breath in, bring your focus to your inner space. And by that we mean our thoughts and how we're feeling. So bring your awareness towards your thoughts first. What are the dominant thoughts around, if any? And then bringing your focus towards your chest, holding it on the surface of your chest. So begin to notice that the chest moves as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. Notice there are sensations that accompany the movement of your chest within your body. See if you can notice them. Moving your focus a bit deeper into yourself, as the right in the middle of your body, deep into your chest. Hold your awareness there as best as you can. And as you hold your awareness there waiting, you begin to notice how you're actually feeling. Comfortable or uncomfortable? Settled or unsettled? Irritated or calm? How do you feel right now? And then on your next breath out, you begin to listen to all the sounds around you. Allow any sound that's around you to come to you. The very subtle sounds. Sounds which are close to you. sounds which are further away from you. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose. Begin to watch the movement of your breath. Notice the in-breath as a start and an end, the out-breath as a start and an end. See if you can notice that. Allow your breath to breathe by itself. Notice the in-breath coming in, notice the out-breath going out. When you find that your focus has drifted, you started thinking, or my voice has distracted you, notice the distraction, come back to your breath. Following the in-breath from the start all the way till the end, out-breath from the start all the way till the end. Stay with your breath. Aware and alert as the breath comes in, aware and alert as the breath goes out. Stay with your breath. The longer we can sit with our breath, the deeper we become present to the moment. Stay with your breath. Notice how quickly the focus drifts away. Bring your focus now to your out-breath in particular. Follow your out-breath from the start right till the end. And as you follow your out breath, allow your body to soften a little bit further. Allowing yourself to get deeper and deeper into this moment simply by following the out breath. Notice there's a tiny little gap at the end of your out breath before the in breath begins. See if you can notice that. Stay with your breath. Notice how you're breathing now. How does your breath feel? Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Does your breath feel fast or does it feel slow? Stay with your breath. Notice how the in breath differs from the out breath. Does your breath feel smooth or does it feel rough? Stay with your breath. And now, as best as you can, bring your focus to the sound of your breath. Try and listen to the in breath as it comes in. Try and listen to the out breath as it goes out. Listening to the sound of your breath as best as you can, as attentively as you can. Does the in breath sound the same as your out breath? Listening to your breath as best as you can. And the more attentively we listen, the more we get embedded in the moment, moving beyond our thoughts beyond our sensations, simply awareness. Listening to the in-breath as it comes in, listening to the out-breath as it goes out. On your next breath out, begin to listen to the sounds around you. Once again, notice any sounds which are close to you. Notice any sound further away from you. And we use the sound of the bell to move our focus deep into the silence at the end of the bell, simply by following. Listening. Stay with the sound of the bell. When you're ready, bring your focus just beneath the nose. Sit with your breath for a moment or two. Allowing the breath to breathe by itself. Notice how you feel. Managing your experience as best as you can. If it feels peaceful, focus on the peace. If it feels calm, focus on the calmness. If it feels still, focus on the stillness. On your next breath out, expanding your awareness so you become aware of your whole body again. Notice you're still sitting in the same place you began. Sensations where your body makes contact with the floor or the seat. You can sense your thighs. You can move your focus down towards from your knees to your ankles, becoming aware of your feet, and then becoming aware of the soles of your feet. Coming back to the seat, notice your back is straight. Allow your awareness to move up from your lower back all the way up towards your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders, arms, and hands are comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, and your face is relaxed. Coming back to your breath. And now as the breath comes in, you can sense your body. As the breath goes out, you can sense your body. Breathing in your calm, breathing out your calm. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw a few deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently open. Take your time.